Hello, and welcome to this conversation in our series of Reconnecting Stories. As the community of Reconnect, we want to let one another and you, dear listener, dear viewer, know who we are as a missional community. We want to say in our own words, what are the things that we value about being part of Reconnect, and what keeps us connected to one another, and in growing awareness of the presence that some of us call God. We might call these stories woolly because, whilst on their own they might be interesting, it's only when they're knitted together that they create a work of art. A bit like a beautiful, warm, multicoloured blanket which holds us in its soft folds and invites others to draw close. Welcome to our woolly stories.
Hello!
Hello.
So we're here on another sofa, another day, and Julie's agreed to come and chat about things that make her smile and an idea or metaphor about what Reconnect might be. Julie, what makes you smile when you think about Reconnect?
Well, I am smiling right now because I've been thinking about this quite a bit, and I've been thinking about how Reconnect is an inspiring thing to be part of, and it doesn't try and hold on to things too tightly. So I've been thinking about how being part of the community has inspired me to connect creatively with my community and my neighbourhood. And yet what I'm doing is not, there's no sense of ownership by Reconnect. There's a sort of sense that, and this kind of already is going into one of the metaphors I thought about like dandelion seed heads being blown off in the wind. I think there's lots of things that have been seeded by Reconnect and through people who've been inspired by the ethos of Reconnect, and then fly away on the breeze.
Wow.
And Reconnect doesn't try and hold on and say, that's ours, hang on a minute, you can't take that somewhere else. There's this wonderful free sense of letting things fly. So an example that I had was that I had this idea of setting up an inclusive walking group, which I called Rattle and Roll, to sort of include the different ways that people move and aids that people might need to enable them to explore their surroundings. And it's just a sort of WhatsApp group full of local people, my friends, my neighbourhood, my neighbours, some people from Reconnect, some people who wouldn't have a clue what Reconnect was and don't need to. It's that sort of desire to connect with people and explore those connections in an agendaless kind of way. And I meet people through those walks, and we just chat about all sorts of things, what's going on in people's lives, and slowly sort of making friends with new people and new relationships. But I don't have to say that that's a Reconnect thing or not a Reconnect thing, you know, because Reconnect doesn't have that kind of in or outness about it. It's this sort of wonderful organic thing that inspires, and then the things fly off in the breeze.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I love the way you've beautifully tied that all together in one delicious description. So thank you.
Well, delicious is an interesting word because delicious came to mind this morning when I was thinking about it as well. Just that sort of tastiness of the inspiration coupled with the freedom, I think. That really does make me smile about it, and there's nothing else quite like it I've ever been part of.
and hence why we're having these sofa chats, because it feels slippery when we try to describe it. But thanks for giving your words and your thoughts today.
Well, I suppose a question that came up for me was, would I have done that if I hadn't have been part of Reconnect? You know, is this just something that I would have done anyway? And I don't think it is, because there's something that does challenge me about being part of Reconnect. How am I going to engage creatively with my community? Before I was a part of Reconnect, I wasn't doing those kind of things.
So sort of intentionality about it.
So imaginatively, so intentionally, yes. So yeah, I think it is due to that.
Fabulous. Well, thanks for joining us on this beautiful sofa today, and look forward to seeing you for another story, another reconnecting story on another sofa soon.